Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Curious Cuisine. Today, we are going to be reviewing
the much anticipated Mandalorian.
the show, everyone,
That has captivated us all in the fewest words possible.
literally.
I may have rose-colored glasses on, but I fucking love it.
And we're going to go over all of that and more coming up. Stay tuned, folks.
Also, we have blue milk and snacks.
Hey, let's go.
Okay, first we're gonna do a no-spoiler discussion where we just talk objectively about the show, about the episodes we've seen so far, and we're gonna give it a rating as of the first 2 episodes. Then we're gonna do a recap on the most recent episode, episode 2, and we're gonna get a lot more in-depth with what we think about it, given like in a chronological order.
I will make it, Future Mason will make it extremely clear where the non-spoiler and the spoiler sections start and end, okay? So right now we're going to get in the non-spoiler section, and we're going to make it abundantly clear when the spoiler section starts. Alright?
I made him do it.
Let's jump into the non-spoiler section. Oh!
What the?
Oh!
Hey, that's a lot of milk.
Can I drink it yet?
No.
Yeah, sure.
You're not allowed to drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not
supposed Never to-
What,
I
bubbled
think
a
you
little
could
bit?
like clink it.
Why does
This
it gross
is-
me out that it's
There's no
blue?
clink, they're plastic.
This is only prop milk.
Wait,
You
that
can't
actually
drink
looks
it.
so nice. Wait, the pour? We need a close-up on the pour. Look at that.
Well,
I love the sound.
it sounds like something being
Sounds like
poured.
milk.
It smells like milk. And it tastes like milk.
Wow. Astute observation.
Well done to our blue milk creators, aka sorin.
Alright guys, the non-spoiler section has begun. Let's go over
How we feel so far.
First things first, I want to talk about just like the expectations behind this show and how so far they're being extremely well fulfilled. Like not even just like plot expectations, but Star Wars production quality expectations.
Yeah.
So, I came in with fairly low expectations because of how awful Last Jedi was.
Yeah, that was
Awful movie. But, came into
And
this,
Solo as well was not.
and I was
good
pleasantly
either.
surprised. The first episode got my expectations for the rest of the series astronomically high.
Yeah.
I loved the first
Yep.
episode.
Oh, me
Yep.
too.
It was
same.
so engaging. I think they spoke like maybe 15 minutes of dialogue, and I was engaged the entire time.
Yeah,
It's
then
just-
they use dialogue extremely well, but because they use dialogue extremely well, which is, since we're in the non-spoiler section, it's very infrequent. The one thing that is an obvious like cause and effect of that is how well the speaking sections are, like the non-verbal cues. I think
Yeah.
are so.
It's
strong.
not holding your hand.
No, it's not at all.
It's very apparently targeted towards like our age and above.
Yeah,
movie
people
or
who are
series.
trying to figure
and
it
that's
out.
not common.
Yeah.
People, Matt and John might be left behind a little bit a few of the times, not quite get it all completely in their first
Well,
watch.
that's
Dude,
rude.
that was so offensive. I think Matt and John have a combined IQ of 400.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just teasing.
According to our online tests.
Hey, you know what? You know what? No, I'm just
Mine is
teasing.
too.
I'm just teasing. But no, it leaves the viewer to figure it out a lot.
It's awesome.
And it's really satisfying.
The cinematography, there's at least 2 or 3 shots that I'm just like, you're a genius for putting that in the show.
Yeah,
It's just so
Absolutely.
beautiful.
As soon as I saw Jon Favreau's name in the end credits,
Yeah, he's a genius.
he's the guy. Like I love Jon Favreau. As soon as I saw his name, I was so happy for the rest of the series. So happy he's involved with it.
Want to get some words in, Matt? What do you think about it? Anything we haven't said?
I'm just gonna throw out that the entire show is really fucking awesome.
Anything
Yeah.
in the Star Wars realm would have made me happy.
Right.
Yeah.
But this made me especially happy because it
Yeah.
combined my like childhood Lone Ranger type shit with my favorite franchise.
Yeah,
like Star
and you know,
Wars.
when you're a kid and you're watching, you know, Boba Fett especially is a Mandalorian. If you've not seen Star Wars,
He's a fake Mandalorian.
I forget.
He's a clone.
He's a
No.
clone.
Mandalorian.
Wait, Boba Fett is.
No, he's legit.
No,
He's a real
Boba
deal.
Fett is not. Jango Fett is real.
Yeah.
Jango Fett was the original before all the other clones.
Yeah.
We're not talking about clones. I'm talking about Mandos. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with the character. I think a lot of people were, and he only gets 6 lines of dialogue. Not very much screen time. I think it's like 12 minutes, 15 minutes in total across both movies that he's in. So this is a deep delve into someone like that. He's just...
So Soren, what are you thinking?
Spicy show so far. All the small things that they do that you see when you're watching, just it makes me want to like explode with happiness that they're paying so much attention to detail. It's just really good.
It rewards you actually paying attention and watching every little bit of the screen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
John, what about you?
For me, it was the vague connection to the main story of the 3 trilogies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like talking about Jedi or like any of that stuff. It's loosely connected. It's just in the world of Star Wars.
Actually,
It
in
does-
the universe.
Yeah.
Multiple worlds.
You know what I mean. And that part to me is cool because honestly, that's just what I want. I don't care if it's all connected to all that stuff, as long as it's just in the universe of Star Wars.
It's kind of like MCU does.
Yeah,
Like they have movies where they have everything,
Yeah.
all the bells and whistles, everyone's in them. But they also have those branch out films where you get to know something that you wouldn't normally get to know, and just
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
The combined movies.
Rogue One did that. Rogue One is the Star Wars movie that came out the most recently that I like the most. That I like the most.
Yeah.
out of the new ones.
Out of the all, yeah, I put that kind of poorly, but out of the
That was
ones-
an in between movie too.
yeah.
Oh, so good.
It was 6 months after the release of
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. 6 months
Yeah,
after that.
and they did that extremely well too. You know, you see the connections obviously into the New Hope, but it's not all about Jedi. It's not all about the main characters.
It's about those normal rebel people.
It's about the normal rebel people, and you get to see a real deep, like kind of like looking through a magnifying glass at that story.
Yeah, it's cool. And that's what they're doing with Mando.
Yep.
Literally every part of the show is shown on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing, no in between stuff is not shown.
Mhm.
Everything you see, and it's done really well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I agree.
I think we've said enough. Should we start with just a nice rating? We're not rating any anticipation. Rating the first 2 episodes and our feelings so far. So if you have to dock it a point just in case, no. We're just first 2 episodes. What we thinking?
I think that the second episode really, really set it off for me. The first episode was obviously to build up, but I would still give it a solid 10 with how much attention to detail they actually gave it. I don't think they really missed anything in the first episode. But in the second episode, I will say, even though it's my favorite out of the 2 we've watched, there are a couple of flaws that kind of made me feel a little off. So I'm going to go ahead and give first episode a 10, second episode a 9, even though it's weird.
Okay, so combined score.
Like
I can't go to 19?
the average of the 2.
Okay.
Like,
9.5? 9. I'm going to go ahead and say the show's a 9.
So the
far.
second one had a little bit enough to bring it down to an average of 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even
Mason?
though-
I'm gonna go with a 9 as well. There was a few low points in the first and second episode for me, and the main one was acting. Now you guys are gonna yell at me. Hear me out. The main character, the Mandalorian, acting 20 out of 10. Beautiful performance all around. The supporting actors, I'm not such a huge fan of. I don't think that Some of the supporting actors were a little bit weak, I think, in their performances. The one guy that kind of sticks with him is really good, but that's about it. I think the other performances were pretty weak as far as supporting acting goes. And then also there's some very other minor things on the side which go into plot. So I'm not going to go over that.
We'll definitely have you dive into exactly the people.
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
But
9.
for right now, it's a 9 for the 2 episodes. Just average, I don't need to go over per episode. That's why.
I disagree with Mason. Every single character on screen so far, I've fallen in love with. Everyone. Literally. I haven't seen a character that I haven't thought was... I just like it. And I haven't thought any of the performances were bad, but you're entitled to your own opinion. I'm giving it a 10. So far, I don't know if it's my expectations were low, but I am excited for next Friday.
Oh, 100%.
I am like
9 is
this
still
is a 10
like
for me. Yeah.
Every time I hear the theme, it gets me all worked up again.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a new theme with like a Star Wars vibe, and it's every time I hear it, I think of how many days till Friday.
Yeah.
How many days till Friday?
Well,
Really?
that's also when I get
10.
paid, so.
10, 10, 10. Now I have 2 timers going. When does Mandalorian launch, and when does my paycheck come?
Okay.
Yeah, I have the jitters every time I think about it, because it's like, to me, honestly, a Star Wars film that I can really kind of feel, and I can like almost relate to Mando. And it's like, how can you relate to Mando? He's a badass, and you're not. But
You're bad.
thanks.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
appreciate that, Jesse. But it's just, I feel him, and it's just nice.
He doesn't need to speak a lot of the time.
No, he doesn't at all, and that's so cool. I don't know if it's because I just really enjoy this more than I enjoy most of the other Star Wars films, but I'm giving this a 10. I agree with Jesse. I think that all the characters that I have seen so far are so cool. Like, no matter what they do, even if there are slight flaws in the acting, just the characters are so good. And it's just amazing to me. So I'm giving it a 10.
For me, I just loved how...
And on your teeth.
And on your cheek.
And on your cheek.
How
On
did
your
you
face.
get Oreos on your right cheek?
You're right, Chief.
If only I had enough. If only I had more people watching me.
Well, I'm paying attention to that because of last episode.
Hold
I
on.
literally had a piece of chicken in my episode.
Where is it?
I had my episode. My beard for 30 minutes. Oh wait.
Yeah, that's just a scab.
Oops. Sorry, buddy.
Oops.
Yikes. My bad.
Future Mason, would you mind cutting all that out? Thanks, bud.
I'll
Yeah,
do my
you will.
best.
Do it, motherfucker.
Like me.
Okay, so my favorite part about it was just watching it, both episodes, I was completely just enthralled with it. I couldn't look away from the screen. I couldn't not talk about it to you guys, annoying you. I couldn't stop thinking about every single detail that was put in front of me or said. And it's been 90% of my thoughts since I've watched it. And
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Better than mine. 90%
I
of
can't-
mine are
I
just
can't say
depression.
that's the other 10.
I'm
You're
90
10% depressed?
I think I'm 90%
That's how
depressed,
good
and
this
then
show is. It
I'm-
made me
I'm
10
90%
it made me
depressed and
10%
then-
less depressed.
It made you
90
80% less depressed. If you were 90% depressed before.
Oh yeah.
I'm 90% depressed.
Also,
and 5% excited
90%
for next
dumber.
Friday for Star Wars, and 5% excited for next Friday for my paycheck. The rest of my life is just
This show is
a
the only
steaming
thing
pile of
keeping me
dog
alive.
shit. Okay, that's
Especially
bold.
because it doesn't all come out at once.
Okay,
so
rate
you can
it.
just watch it. Okay, 10 out of 10.
Okay, 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna have to cut around a lot of that.
Yeah.
You guys are giving me a lot of work.
No, that was good. I think we should keep
was
that all in.
entertaining, honestly.
I do not want people knowing I'm depressed.
Don't worry, your
Just
heart's
put it
still
out
beating.
there,
That
fuck
keeps
it.
you alive.
I'm depressed.
It's edgy content.
All right, guys. I think we shared all of our.
You can
thoughts.
bleep you saying depressed every time.
I'm-
So that people don't know you're depressed. I'm fine with people knowing I'm depressed. At
I'm
this
gay.
point.
I don't think you're gay now.
Your Discord name is I'm so, and your status is depressed.
I am.
Oh,
Not
sorry.
so. So would be like 100%. I'm only 90, okay?
All right.
90%. It's going less and less every day. Last week was hard. Before Mando came out. I'm just
God.
kidding. It's a joke.
All right, guys. We I think have gone over all of our thoughts on the non-spoilered section. I think is that good for everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, we are getting into the spoiler section. Spoiler section has now begun. If you haven't clicked away, I'm assuming you've seen the series or you just don't listen, which is okay. But spoilers, guys. We need
Recap, first episode.
we need to talk a little bit about it.
Okay,
Recap
First
our rating
episode.
or recap like.
just recap real fast. So, first episode recap, we're just going to go through a couple things that happened, main things,
Yeah.
and then go into a deep dive on the second episode because new stuff. We
Yeah.
don't have time to talk about the old, we're moving on to the new.
Exactly.
So, everyone really liked the first episode, right? It was really
Yeah, it was
action-packed.
It was great.
We got to meet 3 of our favorite characters, pretty much. No, 4, because we met Mando.
Mando.
We met-
obviously.
I have spoken. We met the battle droid that wanted to
Droid,
kill
yeah.
himself.
Yep.
And the Yoda thing that is
Yeah.
after
What about
second
Blue
episode shining on screen.
Yeah, I know.
Shiny.
So good.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it left a lot of questions, which some of them got answered in 2, some of them got hinted at in 2.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, good episode.
I agree.
It was fun.
Absolutely.
It was for
Lots
sure.
of action.
They
They had to do a little bit of just normal action with Mando just to set up that he is a badass.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
Well, that's a super important part
Yeah.
of creating any character, establishing what they do on a normal day.
Yeah.
like
Their
first.
capabilities.
So
Yes.
first episode was all winning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah, all wins.
Yeah.
Difficulty. But
Oh,
wins.
100%. Yeah.
Winning.
Yeah. I do want to go over. I said that I had some dislikes.
Of the first episode?
Yeah, I did not like Fish Guy at all. I thought he.
Really?
Yeah, his makeup was a little messed up, which distracted me.
Not
Pulled me
even
out of the
that. His
universe.
acting was very subpar.
He's still.
You know what he's looking for? You're looking for Ravenax, right? It's clear right now. But be careful near the port. Everyone dumps their gray holes out. They think the whole entire planet's their own personal stink pit. Here you are. Kidding me, right? Get out. I'll hire a delivery cruiser. No big deal. They won't come out here and I'll pay for it. Just trying to make it pleasant. Hey, it's time to go. Let's settle up. I'd stay off the ice if I were you. You think there's really something to worry about? Open the hatch! Open the hatch!
Is that the
Like-
side character you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that character. honestly.
He stood out as just a not a very good actor for that part, or just maybe not a very good actor. No offense, but that side character, I'm glad that they got him. That he's done for.
He was just a
I
random.
didn't really like that guy with the white hair that was giving him the bounty.
I liked that guy.
I love that guy.
I thought he was ominously evil.
Yeah.
He gave me really two-dimensional bad guy vibes, which is okay, but
I'm a bad guy.
At this
Go do
point,
this.
that's what the Empire
Yeah.
is a two-dimensional bad guy, though.
not. Are you kidding me? You're gonna stand here and tell me that the Empire is a two-dimensional bad guys?
Not including, like, the Sith and stuff, and part of that, just the army itself.
Yeah, those stormtroopers. They don't even have any lines barely. But
Yeah.
like,
We
For someone
outnumbered
just-
4-1.
yeah,
I like those odds.
yeah. For
Yeah.
The scene wasn't bad. Maybe you didn't like the acting, but that's the
I didn't
first
like. I
goosebump
didn't
moment.
just. I just didn't like that particular
Yeah.
evil guy. He was just like Jesse just said. I'm a bad guy. Go do this for me.
What's the chain code?
We can only provide the last 4 digits.
Their age. That's all you can give me?
Yes, they're 50 years old. We can also give you last reported positional data. Between that and the fob, a man of your skill should make short work of this.
It was decent enough to get the idea, but that's it. Those are my gripes with the first episode.
All right. Should we move on to the second so we can? 'Cause
Yeah.
we don't want to spend too long on this first.
Yeah.
All right. So first episode opens up. He's in the
Second
ditch
episode.
with Mini Yoda. I don't know what to
Yeah.
call him.
The
Mini
child.
Yoda.
Child.
The child.
Yeah, the child.
And
The baby.
the attention to detail in this scene is beautiful.
Some of the
So-
best cinematography I've seen in a very long
Yeah.
time.
So you have that up angle of like aiming up at him, the baby, and you see like the canyon, and how
You see
we
the
can
guy.
you see the guy in the shadow of the canyon jump across, like sneaking up on it,
Yeah.
and then he looks to the side, and you see the guy jumping across on his helmet,
And the reflection of his helmet.
and that's just not done. That attention
Exactly.
to detail, that
I agree.
interesting. It was cool. We had to
It's-
rewind it, and Mason saw it the second
Yeah,
time.
we had to do a double take.
That was sick.
That was
So good.
one of they have continued to do stuff like that, but that was in particular just the attention to detail that sticks out so much that I just love.
It rewards you for paying attention to that kind of
Exactly, and I was not paying attention, and I lost out on the first time we saw it, but
I immediately rewinded because I had to get used to it.
stuff. Yeah.
Like,
it was
just-
wonderful.
It's such a little moment that just makes it shine.
Like moment of the episode for sure. But like, just overall as a series, fight sequences wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's try and go chronological with the episode.
Sorry.
So let's just move on.
Getting so ahead of myself.
So after this scene, he fights the guys, which is really awesome. We get the first look at his sniper rifle,
Yep.
his vaporization lightsaber / sniper
so
rifle
gnarly.
/
So cool. So cool.
something out of god tier weaponry, literally
It's like
just
a super
disintegrating
taser
people.
/ sniper. Like,
It's so cool. It's
So
a taser
amazing.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
because
Such
he
a
used
cool
that in the
gun.
first episode.
And it's single shot, so it obviously
He
has
uses
its downsides.
cartridges.
It's not OP.
Yeah.
He has to load up each shot. You get a lot of that.
Which is important to know later in the episode.
So he travels with the kid, makes it back to his ship. Is this right timeline? Right after?
Yep.
Makes it back to the ship, and he sees the Jawas
Yeah.
Jawas.
Yeah.
taking apart his damn ship. And
Stealing everything.
there
Doing what
isn't-
Jawas do.
there isn't a word spoken. This is
Yeah.
about 8 minutes in, not a single word spoken.
Nothing.
He sees his ship being taken apart. He starts shooting the motherfuckers. He doesn't stop to
He
say,
literally just
"Oh
gets on
no,
his
my
knees,
ship getting
shoots at
stolen."
You
Uh-oh.
see it.
You
It's
see it.
brilliant.
You just see
It's
it.
brilliant.
You don't have to be told.
No narration. It's
No
so good.
narrative. No narrative. No narration. No dialogue. Just you see the ship taken apart. You know that's his first priority because he's got this thing that he's got to take care of. The Yoda child.
And then he,
Right.
and then of course they get away. Not the best plan to just randomly start sniping at them with a single bolt shot sniper.
Yeah.
But I
It's
get the
okay.
sense that although he's an experienced bounty hunter because he's a Mandalorian,
He doesn't always make the best.
I get
decision.
the sense that he doesn't always make the best choices. In that
That's
moment,
great.
he's filled with a little bit of anger.
Yeah.
And he's like,
He's mad.
screw these guys just for...
Yeah.
And, he doesn't really think.
I can
Otherwise.
reload after this.
Yeah, but it's okay because sometimes he doesn't make the best choices, and that's what's so great about this character.
I will say, however, when it zooms in on that clip of him just as soon as that bullet makes contact with that little Jawa, and you see that body flip into the air as it's disintegrating,
Yeah.
Yeah. It
it's
is
so
cool.
insane.
And then it sparks our chase scene where he's trying to climb up, getting clobbered
Yeah.
by.
Moving fortress.
Yeah.
And he's not invincible, and you can see that, especially a little bit later in the show, but this moment as well, that he gets clobbered and thrown off. Like, you don't see that happen to heroes a lot. Maybe they have moments where they get hurt
It's
or
like,
things
Hercules
are going
has a
bad
scar.
for them, but you don't see
Them get
the
owned.
heroes get
Yeah.
owned, like destroyed, which was really cool to see. And I like how gritty it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, when as he's climbing up the what's it called?
The moving
moving fortress. It pans over to the little baby, and you just see that little speeder just
Yeah.
chasing
It doesn't say
behind.
anything either.
Yeah, and
it
I
just,
got-
No, it just looks
shows
up
you
and was like,
he's still here.
Yeah.
Because we were worried the first
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
Literally right before that, we were thinking, "Where's the baby?" And it's like it knew what we were thinking, so
It
it showed
literally
us.
has perfect
Yeah.
timing.
Yeah, it was so
Yep.
good.
We think,
It's
oh,
like
is
we haven't
can the
shown
baby
yet.
even keep up? And then it's like, yeah, he's still there. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All
All right, now we can move on to the next
Now we
thing.
continue.
We can keep going.
Then
Yeah.
he throws a jaw.
I couldn't say it
off.
better than these guys. It just predicts what you're thinking, answers that question, doesn't spend too long on it, and then just moves on. It's like, okay, here's what's going on. Back with our character after 5 seconds.
Makes it up to the top.
Yep.
He thinks he's good, and then there's 8 Jawas with taser guns, and he falls.
Yeah, they just tase him and he falls like
After
30
watching
feet.
so many like mainstream shows and movies, watching him fall, actually hit the ground, and fail was refreshing.
Yeah.
Oddly
I
refreshing.
love that.
He failed.
Yeah.
That's it. Just like everybody, everybody.
It's not only that; it also brought like to terms a little bit of progression in the relationship of the baby and him, because the baby was like visibly upset and like disturbed, and like it waited there till he woke up.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like that was meaningful. I
Yeah,
like that.
it was so
emotion.
meaningful because it 100% established that connection.
A
Of
puppet, like a puppet with a little CGI, and I feel for that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little green
It's
halos
really
around.
well shot.
Because before you think, oh, he's just kind of babysitting this thing, and then you find out that this thing might actually have a real connection to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And based on his facial expressions, he might have a connection.
His facial expressions.
His helmetal
His
expression.
helmet.
Let me
The
go
way
into
he looks
detail
at him.
on what I mean facial expressions, because I think everyone has noticed this. That actor conveys the facial expressions with a mask.
Without a face.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I can see his facial expressions. Like,
And I know, we know what he's feeling without even having to
With just
look
looking
at
at the suit.
him smile or smirk or like frown or whatever.
yeah.
See, but that's another thing that I think is exceptional is the fact that they understand body language.
Yeah.
It's not just
How
your facial expression. You don't have to.
important body movement is.
Yeah.
And in acting, you need to be able to do that to really understand emotion and how we work to be a good actor. Actually.
For sure.
This
Definitely.
guy is probably a really good lawyer. I'm just gonna say he can convey any emotion he needs to. He can
Yeah.
convince you
Well,
anything
He
wants
may be
you
a
to
good
believe.
lawyer, but he is a better actor.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think he
Oh,
probably
Is
gets
he
paid
a
more
character
too.
in
But
Game of
whatever.
Thrones?
I
Yeah, that
don't.
plays him. I'm pretty sure he is.
I don't know.
All right.
And you can't see.
Oh,
his
bro.
face.
So then we move on. I was so sad to see our what's the guy's name? The I've spoken.
I don't remember.
I'm just gonna call him I've spoken.
Yeah.
I thought he was gone.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the ship's destroyed. Mandalorian's in distress. His
He's
only
got,
friend
like,
on the entire
armor.
planet.
Yeah.
I have spoken.
I have
And he
spoken.
goes
I have spoken.
and gets help.
Coming
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. So I have spoken. He said it twice this episode. Still my favorite line.
This is the first time that there are any voice lines in the entire
At 11
second
11 minutes.
11 minutes in.
Yeah.
11
On a
minutes in.
30-minute
11
show?
seconds.
Yeah, so a third of the way through.
It's ridiculous.
But they do
It's
such a good job.
It's ridiculous in like a.
But you didn't need
They
dialogue.
really.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous in that they really just pulled that off way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
really just did that, and it worked better than if they had voice lines.
Yeah.
It's
Definitely.
like when it comes up, you're like, hold on, they're talking now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't
Every
even
time
realize they
Mando
weren't
talk-
talking.
Every
Yeah.
time Mando talks, I get the same sense of like, oh, he's going again.
Yeah.
His voice is so cool
Yeah.
through the
Oh, I
like
love it.
little filter they have on it.
Mhm.
It sounds so cool.
Love that.
My ship has been destroyed. I'm trapped here.
Stripped, not destroyed. The Jawas steal. They don't destroy.
Stolen or destroyed makes no difference to me. They're protected by the crawling fortress. There's no way to recover the parts.
You can trade.
With Jawas? Are you out of your mind?
I will take you to them. I have spoken.
Hey, spit that out.
So,
Oh,
he goes to trade with the Ewok. Wait, what are they called? I already
Jawas.
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 Yeah. And the Jawas are like, oh, well, we need
The
to
flamethrower moment.
Gosh.
He tries to burn them
Oh,
alive.
man.
I don't know why. The way he was sitting when he launched that flamethrower, he just looked so badass.
He really-
just nonchalantly just flamethrowers.
Yeah, they like make fun of him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, well I'm gonna torch you."
in a serious note, that sequence shows where his values are.
He's always got a weapon on him. Even
yeah.
when they don't know he has a weapon on him.
Yep. The flamethrower is pretty classic bounty hunt, like Mandalorian armor stuff. But he put his rifle down, he put his blaster down, but he was still ready to go, ready to fight. That was super cool. But he also left a piece of him away, which gave kind of like a mixed thing that really built his character, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What did he leave?
The blaster and the rifle.
Oh,
Yeah, to set it aside.
I feel like he's
Ah.
Mandalorians. They always keep that within hands reach. It's always ready to go. But
yeah, he is a foundling though, so maybe he can draw a little bit of differences from the traditional Mandalorian.
he can leave them away, but he did. He left a piece of him away.
It shows
But
that
he was
is
still ready to
your
fight.
traditional, just me fight. Mandalorian.
Yeah, and he was ready to kind of enter diplomacy, but still at the same time, ready to fight whenever, which I thought was super cool.
Yeah.
Trades with attempts to trade.
They want his Mandalorian, what's it called? Baskin.
Something like that.
Something.
They want his
His
armor.
Mandalorian armor. They
Yeah.
want it
Best
for all of.
For all of
Everything
the
that it
shit
is,
parts back.
basically.
Yeah.
And then they go for the child, and he...
Yeah.
Ooh, that was cool.
Oh,
the way
yeah,
he said
yeah.
that.
Get away from it!
Get away.
Get away from him. It was
Yeah.
ooh.
And
Dang.
he's just sitting there.
No
like,
nonsense.
Yeah. And then they want an egg. We don't know why yet.
The mudhorn egg.
Well,
What is it, like
well, we
the
do know why.
Pizza?
Well, yeah, but we don't know why yet if we're going chronologically.
But yeah.
Maybe it has some sort of significance, we think.
Yeah, but they want.
It
the
doesn't.
egg. It
Okay.
doesn't. They just want to slurp it up.
Let's talk about the mudhorns. The
Mudhorn.
fight. When they
This is a-
head
Oh, sick.
when Mando heads into the tunnel and
Master Chief light?
Yeah.
Turns the light on.
He's like,
Great
Going
moment.
okay, what's down here? And you can't even see. And the camera shows just that one spot, and then the eye opens, and it takes up most of the screen. You're like, uh-oh. And, oh man, and you just hear it pans back out to the
Yeah,
child.
It's the only time you don't
and
see
into the
directly
cave,
what's going on.
And you hear the blaster going off, and you see the red light, and then Mando is tossed out of the cave and destroyed.
His chest plate is
plate's broken. Whoa, that was
Into the
gnarly.
mud.
Covered
Yeah.
in mud.
Now, how far do you guys even think that he was launched from that cave? Because he was like a good maybe 10, 15 feet at least.
No,
deep,
I
right?
think it was more like 50.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I just want to say he was
flew-
definitely
he flew
in
out.
there.
that was a powerful hit.
And he was
Yeah.
probably maybe 25 feet? No, probably another 50
I think.
outside it after he landed
Yeah,
and hit the ground.
I think he got launched at least 100 feet.
Yeah,
That was insane.
that was gnarly.
He
Yeah.
tussles with that thing. He tries a couple things. He tries to grappling hook it, only to be then
Dragged
dragged
around.
like a rag doll.
Yeah.
He
Slammed.
fails. He fails. a
Wait, we
couple
forgot
times.
to mention how because he was throwing the mud, his gun no longer works. It's jammed.
Oh,
Yeah, that was very.
Yeah.
So that fight would have been done way sooner if that
Well,
was.
essentially, if it does just vaporize all organics.
Well,
material,
remember the
it's
thing
dead.
at the beginning in the first episode?
Huh.
That thing was like 10 times bigger than the wolf.
That was the taser. It didn't disintegrate it.
But he could have still tased it.
If it's coming at you like that, I don't think tasing is an option.
He could have But yeah, I see what your point is.
Yeah.
It's an important plot point that the gun is unavailable, and we see it's unavailable very clearly.
Yeah.
Not only from it being
It's
jammed
not
with mud,
like, it's jammed. Like,
you see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He sits there and fights it, and you can see him like trying to grab and maybe
Panic.
try and unjam something, and
It just
he
doesn't
can't.
work. He throws it
he's
down.
Just, I have nothing I can do with this, so I have to just toss it aside. And he stands up, and he's just ready to go as it starts charging face first right into him.
Yep.
Giant horn.
Yeah, he tries flaming it. He tries grappling it.
He gets slammed a
At
couple
one point, it goes
times.
after the
overall,
child.
he loses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he gets destroyed.
Big gun.
Big loser.
And then he's on the ground.
Yeah.
It's the last stand.
Yeah.
He's ready
It
to
just
die.
about
by-
trampled
It's
him.
it's my favorite part, followed by my least favorite part of the episode. Favorite part, in a truly Mandalorian fashion, truly badass.
Fashion.
He kneels in front of it, holds out the knife to it, just ready to just like die right there to
Die
that thing.
fighting. Yeah.
Die fighting,
That was the last stand.
Dying in
and
combat.
then I
The
think
goosebump moment of the year.
I remember when we were all watching it for the first time, all of us just went dead silent, and I could just, at least for myself, goosebumps. My goosebumps had goosebumps, and I was
goosebumps
just...
talking about it.
What?
I have goosebumps even talking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it is probably one of the, if not the best scene in history. Just seeing that...
Oh, that's cool.
Dang.
I really, really, really loved
Bold.
that. That made me really like the show, was just getting up there and just trying to hold that knife and saying, I'm not done yet, but, you know, like, I accept defeat if that's what has to come next. And then after that, as soon as it starts charging at him, and right before it makes contact to him,
Ba-da-da.
It gets stopped.
Yeah.
Obviously,
By
you don't
the
see
child.
it.
The
for-
child.
It holds
lifts his
it.
head,
It holds it
holds
for a
his eyes.
second, where you don't know exactly what's stopping it.
Yeah.
Obviously,
see
you can
it-
use a little bit of brain power.
Yep.
It was little baby Yoda.
or whatever, whoever.
50-year-old baby Yoda.
I think
guess.
for me, the moment after that
It's a wrong
was the
thing,
one
but-
that kind of was a little bit bad for me.
Yeah,
I think that was
I feel the same way.
the biggest spot in both of the episodes where I'm like, when Mando takes a small dinky knife and stabs into this mudhorn, this behemoth of a beast, and it is either paralyzed
Insta-death.
or perishes immediately. And I think that doesn't make much sense.
I think
It's
if
like
they
a,
kept fighting,
like a 2.5 inch
I
knife.
think if they kept fighting a little bit, and the monster's like bleeding out, visibly weakened,
Yeah.
Or scared
then
off by
slowly,
when it was
like-
levitated, maybe.
something.
Yeah.
But still, very powerful in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the first playthrough, I didn't even care that the knife was small.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't really
I was
notice
like,
it until
It's
I
dead.
watched it a second time. But besides that, Mando, after
Gets
killing
the egg.
the beast,
The-
gets
the-
the egg.
for-
Basically got the
Furry
fucking
egg.
Jawas a snack.
Yeah. Okay, but
Yeah.
I think to kind of shine a little bit of light on that and give it some credibility, I think that moment shows a little bit of the culture of the Jawas and how much they treasure delicacies and food. And I think that's it's kind of cool, but it's like, I can see how Mando would be like, wow, that sucks. I did that so they could eat something. You know, whatever.
Great
But-
time for character development.
Yeah.
I really fell in love with the character just seeing him get beat up in episode
Yeah.
2.
Yeah,
And how
I agree
muddy
with that.
he was, and
When
moving
they-
on from that.
In the next
He
scene, he
stays
still
there.
had
yeah,
mud.
yeah. The armor
was
was
dry mud.
slightly dented. The mud was dried. The armor's fixed, but you knew that he was in a battle, like a serious one.
Well,
Prior.
He had mud on his armor still.
the armor
Yeah,
wasn't
dry mud.
fixed till they repaired the ship and it showed the blacksmith. Then blacksmith.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he asked to become he asked to bring on I Have Spoken.
Yeah, he's like, hey,
Yeah,
dude,
so-
like, I owe you everything. come with me. I can pay you really well.
Then the great line,
Yeah.
I lived a life of servitude to be free now. Or what does he say?
Yeah,
So
something
get
like
away
that.
from all that,
Yeah.
basically.
I could use a crew member of your ability. You and I can pay handsomely.
I am honored, but I have worked a lifetime to finally be free of servitude.
I understand. Then all I can offer is my thanks.
And I offer mine. Thank you for bringing peace to my valley. And good luck with the child. May it survive and bring you a handsome reward. I have spoken.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
And not everyone he
Yeah.
meets is gonna be all gung ho.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
let's
like,
go on
yeah,
a
let's
space
go.
adventure.
They
Yeah,
have
drop
their own
everything and go.
lives.
Yeah. Like,
So good.
in the case of like Luke Skywalker, obviously he's kind of like a teenager, like dying to do it. But in the case of an older man, lived his whole life in servitude or whatever, now retired, not just gonna jump on. And I fully expected him to be like, "Yeah, let's go," but he didn't, and it was
Powerful.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Really
And it
cool.
left the open end. Like, he could be visited at any time in the Star Wars universe.
It's not like
And
he's
everyone will be
gone.
like, it's I have spoken.
It's, I have spoken.
yeah,
Oh
he's
my
a great
god.
character. He's a great
So
character.
good.
character.
I have spoken.
Friday can't come any sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the time this is up, will have seen the next episode.
Yeah.
Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening to our amazing points.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments
Yeah.
how you guys like The Mandalorian, or
What
if you
you
haven't
think.
seen it, watch it, then comment. 'cause
I need
this show
to
is
find somebody
a
that.
must watch.
I agree.
Must.
It's a must watch.
Must watch.
Go watch
Must
it.
watch.
Disney needs more money. Sign up.
Are you kidding me? Disney does not need more
They're
money.
struggling.
Yeah, definitely. Disney's
Sign up.
struggling.
Sign
They don't
up.
have any money.
Please
to fund
sponsor
this
us.
anymore.
Please sponsor us.
Sign up for Disney Plus. Link in the description. Use our affiliate. No, I'm just kidding. but anyways, I can't wait for episode 3.
Can't
And
wait. I just want to see more of them.
we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. If you guys respond well, like a bunch, we might be reviewing the next episode.
It's very possible.
I would love to.
I would as well.
Great show. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.